Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa. I'm in Arkansas Zone 7B. Welcome to my shade garden. Here is a dogwood. This one is a yellow twig dogwood. We also have a red twig dogwood from First Editions. It's called Neon Burst. Dogwoods are good in zone 7 to 8. They like part sun. If you're in a warmer zone, then I would plant it in more shade like this one is. Okay, then we've also got our hydrangeas, big leaf hydrangeas or macrophilia hydrangeas. These are a variety we got actually as a funeral gift, so I'm not quite sure what they are. I had them blooming when I had them in my Bright Sun rose garden, but I decided to move them because they were getting leaf scorched so badly, and they haven't bloomed since. I also have one variety that I propagated from my parents. Still haven't had it bloom, but it's quite young. So these are not too reliable bloomers, but I do what I can. They are dependent on the pH for the color. Here we have an Astilbe called Dark Side of the Moon by Proven Winners. I have been so excited to get it, and it hasn't quite been thriving here. There we've got a Heucherella, a Heuchera, and another Astilbe. Collect the pink and purple varieties of Astilbe in this garden. I love them. They are such good shade plants. This is a rhododendron and a holly fern. The rhododendron is such a trooper. It's not ideal for my zone 7B humidity in the hot summer and clay soil. They like shade, acidic soil, and well drained. So I have really tried to baby it, and so far so good. I love the pink blooms that we have on it in the springtime. The leaves are really interesting, and I'm happy with it. This is a yarrow. It's a pink yarrow. These are not shade plants. They like full sun and well draining soil, but I have this little top corner edge of my garden that is very dry and gets quite a bit of midday sun. So I went ahead and put one there, and it's thriving. It's really happy there, and it's spreading well. I've got lots of hostas in this garden. Um, Lots of texture, lots of color, lots of different leaf variegation, which makes the garden interesting. There are several varieties of hostas. My husband and I both like them. So the blue ones, like the blue angel, those like the deeper shade. Their leaves really tend to scorch if they get any sun. As you get more toward the chartreusey green ones, those can take more sun. And sometimes their color is more vibrant if you give them more sun. We love hostas because they're so easy and the leaves are just interesting. Like you can get big ones or small ones. I like the repeating ones here. That's called Fire and Ice variety. Also, they spread, and so you can just keep on moving them and making more hosta gardens. They do die back in the winter, but then they come up in the spring. So it's really exciting to see those first little shoots and watch them grow. There's a newer variety called White Feathers that is, if you have it in the shade when it first comes up, it is white, but as it ages, it gets a little bit more green. This is a Lenten Rose or a Hellebore. This one has pink flowers in late January actually, and then they turn green as they age. It is an evergreen perennial, and I really have enjoyed it. That right there is an Aucuba. My family loves this Aucuba. It does well in the winter, all through the year. It's an evergreen shrub, and it's very happy there in the deepest shade part I have, and in a dry section too. So it's right there by the air conditioner vent from our bedroom, and so it's doing well in that area. Another shot of the dogwood. Down here we have some oxalis. I just purchased these around St. Patrick's Day this year. I got a green and a red variety. This is a columbine. She is not thriving right now. She got white powdery mildew, so I cut her back and fertilized her, and we'll see. I may have to move her to a different location that gets a little bit more sun, although you do think of columbines as shade plants. That's a beautiful view of that neon dogwood. So this is a grass I have. It's called variegated Japanese sedge evergold, and it's doing well so far. It's good in sun to part sun. Here we have a beautiful view of the path. If you look to your bottom left, that is a Weigela. It is a pretty typical variegated variety that has pink flowers. I like to cut mine back in the winter, and then it has a beautiful rounded growth habit when it comes back out. Now, Weigela tend to bloom on old wood, so that means you don't want to cut it back, but I have not had it flower in the spring except for the first year I had it. It really just flowers sporadically in the summertime for me. This is a very interesting, cool plant that I'm really excited about, called an acanthus. This is a morning candle variety. So acanthus like sun or part sun, but this one's pretty happy where I have it, and I'm just excited to watch it grow. There's our Japanese maple. That's an Emperor 1. She has been moved quite a bit, but seems pretty happy here. She'll get quite a bit bigger probably. Gets afternoon shade, and that really is best for our 7B hot, humid summers. I absolutely am so happy with this one. This is a Ruby Slippers oak leaf hydrangea. Doing so well right here. They also need afternoon shade. And this one is just loving life here on the north side of the north facing garden. Now the edge of the garden, that's got more sun loving plants because it wasn't quite as shady of a shade garden as I had anticipated. So oak leaf hydrangeas do need some sun so they can bloom. Over here we have a beauty berry that's variegated. It gets white berries in the fall. I have a pretty grass that I love, and I cannot think of the name of it right now, but it's doing really well in that area. It really brightens it up. Another little view of the sunny part of our shade garden, which the plan for this is this is a Baptisia. It came out of nowhere. This Baptisia is a sun-loving plant, but it's in an area that gets more sun, and it's going to grow and get bigger as the time goes on. Yeah, that's my variegated beauty berry. It gets white berries on it, and it does get some winter dieback. These are made in pinks. I grew those from Winter Sowing Method from seed. This is my bee balm. It's a shorter pink variety. These are some dianthus. They're perennials. They come back every year and they spread. We got a pink chiffon Rose of Sharon here. She is sun loving and is going to get pretty big, and I'm hoping to limb her up and make it part of the canopy to make more shade in that garden. She's not blooming yet. This is from last year, but she gets these really, really pink, really pretty pink blooms. This is my Magic Carpet Spirea. You can prune these to shape them and make them more rounded, but I haven't pruned this one in a while, but I really like the vibrant colors on it. Here's just a few other views of the garden. This is Anne Magnolia when she's in bloom. Blooms in February or March usually. It has these really pretty purpley pink blooms. And this is a sun-loving plant as well, and I'm going to use that for canopy. This is one of my azaleas called Bollywood in full bloom. Probably March or April is when this was taken. This type of azalea does best in some sun. Right now I have it in quite a bit of sun. Here's another view of the shade garden. This is the one that gets the most shade. Now this is from the west, so it gets quite a bit of sun going on in that direction. Another view, this would be like really early spring or late winter, and you can see that we get quite a bit of sun before the tree leaves out there, the oak tree, and then the sun changes throughout the year. So in the wintertime, that area gets quite a bit of sun. There's another view of my heucherella. This variety is called I Spy. This is from the outer edge, the northeast side is where that is. Another view from probably last year. Building that pathway there. I'm excited about the pathway. Here we have some impatiens that I had a few years ago. Those are really good shade flowers as well. This is an encore azalea at the edge that gets quite a bit of sun. And then here is a view of the fall. This is really a showstopper panicle hydrangea called Pinky Winky. It's going to get pretty big. This was it a few years ago. I think it was last year. It turns pink as the nights get cooler in the fall. And then this is the garden in probably 2022 or 2023. Before the shrubs and trees got very big at all, I had some touch-me-nots that really spread like wildfire. That's a type of impatient. There we've got rose in the springtime. And this is my plans for the garden. I would like to edge it with some pink flowers, maybe some of these bubblegum supertunias that I saw at Plantopia in Little Rock. And I could vary those with annuals throughout the year. Thanks for watching. This has been Zone 7B Shade Garden. Y'all have a great day.